Hello, everyone. This is Karen Cornell, your Creative Memories Advisor. And I had a crop last night, and I'm sure you guys have felt this way before when you're trying to scrapbook. Is everything you pull out, you're just not feeling it. You're just not getting the ideas, they're not flowing. Even when you're with your scrapping peeps, nothing's working. So last night was just kind of I went through my albums that I have these random sticky notes that have been there for like 2 years, trying to remember why I put the sticky note there and why I have pictures that I need to put in. And I went through and I got rid of, 3 sticky notes from albums that I had printed pictures 2 years ago when I tried to finish the album and I forgot to finish the album. So I did that instead of actually working on my current projects. I'm working on 2 projects right now. I'm scrapping 2019 family album and a trip our family took to the Upper Peninsula to visit my in-laws and my sister-in-law and stuff. So the girls got to spend time with their cousins. So we I was like, well, I want something creative for this page, and I knew I wanted to put these pictures together, and I'm going to just talk through my thought process because I had to sleep on it. Of course, I get my most brilliant ideas while I dream and sleep. So I am going to just walk you through how I came up with this plan, and I'm going to make the plan, and hopefully it works out. I don't know. We're going to try it together. So I'm going to switch my camera view. So hold tight. Okay, so let's talk. So this is, I have just a few pictures, between the two, and I just want this to be a one-page spread because this was dinner one night, and then this was us out on the lake, and then the next day is our big lake time. Um, so these are the pictures. I want these 3 pictures over here, and I want, since I have like a cute one of them both looking, and then I was going to cut this one small and this one small, and then I think I'm going to make this a peekaboo pocket. So that's the plan. So what I went through and I wanted to use, since all of us have so many papers, we have a lot of paper because we love all, Creative Memories keeps coming out with better and better collections, so we have to have it all. So I wanted to use lots of different papers to tie it all together. I wanted to use the Great Lakes collection, the little US scenes collection that they came out with. So these are some of the papers from there. So we have this one, and this is the back side of this one, and then this one, and then they have another one that I'm going to use on the next page, but that has orange and the picture of the Great Lakes. So these are my papers, and I've decided to pull out a project recipe from 2021. This is from the summertime collection, one of my all-time favorite collections for summer that Creative Memories has come out with. And I have decided to modify this PR. And I'm going to walk you through it. So this is going to be our backdrop. And this was this paper is from a cardstock buffet. And I believe it's called Blue Orchid. And I just felt like this really complemented the color of the papers, especially this blue in here, and it has the blue in the chairs and stuff from the boat. So if I look in the back, this is going to be my designer one, but I think I'm going to be able to modify this a little bit. Like I want to cut it at 6 inches, but I'm going to kind of cut it at 7 inches instead so that I can get the full Great Lakes and Michigan. Oh, I can't see that. Sorry, it's off my camera. I'm going to cut it at 7 inches so that I can get all of this in there. And then this is going to be my designer paper 2, which is basically mats. And this is going to be my designer 3. So let's see how this works. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. It's always exciting to see how you can change things up and modify it. So I'm going to cut this straight down at 7 inches. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I want to get this. So I have to cut this at 5, sorry. Ooh, almost cut off my Michigan. I could probably do 5.5. That's gonna be too tight. Let's do 5 1/4. See how you just have to kind of talk it through. And let's see what that gives us. I use my guides a lot. That gives us about equal distance. So you can see equal distance from this end to this end. That's pretty close. So I'm going to go with it. So we're going to go 5 1/4. If you don't use these guides, they're fantastic. They're at the top and the bottom. So I love using them to help me guide. So there we go. And I am actually going to do this. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to cut these off yet. So we're going to just wait on that. Then we're going to punch a border. And I have decided to use the Elements Edge. This was an advisor exclusive border maker cartridge a while back. And I actually really love it. I use it a lot for waves and stuff. I just like it. And I feel like it looks like the waves of the lake water. So, and this doesn't matter because I'm not going to use the other side. I'm only using this side. And this is not directional paper. So that doesn't matter as well. Whenever I'm using my border maker or punching, I try to use this little mat that I have because then it catches all the extra stuff and I can dump it in the trash a lot easier. I did 2 of these, and I apologize in advance if this is shaking the camera. I apologize. So this is probably, I'm going to take this off camera for just a second, and it's a 1 inch border. So I'm going to cut that off. See, there it is. And we're going to do a second one. We're going to put our paper in. You know, the nice thing about these project recipes is you can always use different papers with them, different punches or border maker cartridges with them. There's so many things you can turn them. There's just so many things. And I think a lot of times we forget to go back and look at them. Once we make that first PR, we're like, oh, done. And then we probably put it in a book or a binder and then never look back at it. And I think we need to bring those out. And so I'm kind of challenge y'all to do that. So we're done with this. We're going to clean our space off. But see how easy this is to dump our space. Clean it up. A little trash can over there. Okay, now we have to cut. So we need 3 3/4. So I can cut 3 3/4. And I love this trimmer because you can just see everything so easily. Having the grid lines all the way down are very, very helpful. And I need 3 of these. So there's one. And a lot of people don't like cutting their mats for a project recipe. At first, when I first started doing project recipes, I was very concerned about my picture fitting into that mat perfectly. Now I don't care. I think you can go outside the lines and it's totally fine. Let's make sure this is 6 inches. Yep, it's close enough. It's a little less, but that's okay. We can always trim the picture if we need to. And then probably because my border is a little bit bigger than what they planned. Okay, so there's our mats. Then we've got this designer paper 3. And that is going to be this paper. This is directional, so you do need to pay attention to that. So this paper is O on this side, so it's going to go across. So it's going to be horizontal. So I want to make sure that I have this horizontal. So I'm going to turn my paper and I'm cutting it at 5 inches. And then I'm going to have a 3-inch strip. And then it says I'm going to use the reverse on this side, which is very pretty. And this is directional too. So you got to pay attention to that. Okay. So let's see if this works. I'm so excited. Okay. So we've got this over here. Let's get our pictures out of the way because we don't need those yet. Put those up there. Put these up there. Now we're going to start with our base. We have our two bases, and I do like working with the two mats because I can see like inches all around, and I love that. That helps a lot on project recipes when they're saying like put it at the 1 inch mark and stuff. It just really helps, and it helps you make sure that if you're doing two-page spread that they work together and that they're straight across. So I'm going to do this. I'm actually flipping it. I know. Dun, 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 dun. This has some cut off. So I definitely am going to cut some off. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. So I have to figure that out. Let's see. I think because they have this extra little strip underneath here, and I don't think I'm going to need it, but we shall see. Then we have this over here. And this does have very faint words, which you can't really see, so I think it's fine. And normally oh wait, this goes over it. Sorry, this goes over. Actually, in the layout, it does go over, but because I did modify it, I'm going to just put this over it like this. And then this is going to go here. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit because this is bigger. Then these are going to go here and here. And then we have this over here. That's going to go right here. Oh, this is going to look so cute. And then we will have our mats here. Like that. Oh, this is going to be good, y'all. This is going to be good. And then we have these in here. And then I can have my journal up here because I have this here for my title. And then I'm going to have my mats. Okay, here's this. So let's cut this. So I do want to cut this off. So I think I am going to put the little strips behind it. So let's cut this. So we're going to need to cut these at 1/2 inch. So I need 2 1/2 inch strips from each of them. So the 1/2 inch mark on this side, I always do it this way. I don't know why, but I just do. It's where where it stands for inch. It's the first little line. So there's one. Oh, this is gonna look cool. I'm so excited. I know y'all get this way too. So you can laugh at me, but I know you feel the same thing. And you do the same thing when it's starting to work. When it's starting to come together and your idea is like actually working, you're like, oh, yay. Okay, so this is going to go here. Okay, let's start putting it down. We'll have to cut the border in just a second. Let's get our trusty tape runner. We're going to actually use regular this. So this is where the lines come in, and you just make sure that it's nice and centered on your paper, and you should see the little white line all the way around. This is going to be at about at the 1/2 inch mark. That's where that's going to go. And we're going to take this other one and put it at the 1/2 inch mark. What do you guys love going to retreats and crops because you get ideas, but sometimes they fail and you sit there and you don't, instead of doing anything, I figured out just keep moving along. That's what I was told to do by my friends. Keep plugging along, find something that will work for you for the night. And that's what I did. So I didn't waste my time. But it was a little frustrating at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. Because I have big goals. I always have big goals. You guys hear about my big goals all the time at every event. This year, I'm gonna accomplish them. Who's with me? Are all of you with me? This is looking good. Okay. Then we're gonna put this on here. Just love using these grids, the little marks on the sides, because it just helps me center things and it's just is so much easier. Makes life so easy. Okay. So then we have to put this one on here. And you need to make sure I have enough room for this border. There we go. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to line it up. Okay. So then we have to put this down, and I think I'm going to use these. So we have a little bit here. Let's do that. Let's see what it looks like. And this goes here. I think that's just going to help this stand out a little bit. Don't you think? I think that's good. I think that helps it stand out a little bit. I could do this and go really weird. No, we'll see. Okay, so let's see how I have to measure this. So let's see. This is, oh yeah, we said 5 1/4. So let's cut this at 5 1/4. And let's cut this at 5 1/4. Probably should have done 5. It's messing up my border, but it's okay. It will be okay. Life goes on. So we could do this. It's actually kind of cool. So it looks like the water's kind of light. I kind of like that. Okay, and then let's see what's over here. And we put this here. And this here. I think I like it. I don't think I need this. I don't think I need it. Okay. And then we have our mats. Let's take this down because I do like it. Here we go. See how I'm like, you're totally with me on my teaching process, and I'm so sorry. I just ripped that. Oh well, let me see if I can find the piece. Just ripped off on my, oh, well, we'll figure it out. Embellishment, right? That's what it's for. I will find an embellishment that will cover that little spot. Probably put one down there anyway. It's down here. tuck this under a little bit. There we go. It's coming together, y'all. But I think, sometimes when you're stumped and you're like, I just don't even know what to do with these pictures, look back at old sketches. I mean, look at this. This is from, 2021. We're in 2024 now, y'all. That's a long time ago. Lots of scrapping has been happening since then. Okay, so now we got to cut down pictures. Let's see how this looks over here. So we could do, I think the bridge is cute there. And then, because I do have, here I do have the map. So to change those up a little bit. Because I do have, and this is where I don't care if it's outside. Because this, I could use this little spot as a journaling spot to talk about our, and see where we age or what we did. And I can cut this down a little bit. You can definitely cut some off here. I may not want to cut too much of that because it does show the top of the bridge. And here I definitely want to cut the table off. Definitely won't do that. Because that's not pretty. See, that'll work. And I can go outside the box. I can definitely cut this down and that'll fit in there. Okay, let's look at this page. Let's get our 3 mats. I'm going to put these down in here. Then this, I'm going to cut this down to a 3x3 photo. This is going to go in here. I'm going to cut this down as much as I can. It will overlap. So these are just going to go in here. I'll show you how I do this. I don't care if they're inside the photo mat. It does not bother me one bit. But I love how I'm able to use lots of different papers. And if you struggle finding papers that go together, look in the collection and then just start playing with it. This is a busy paper. This whole paper is very busy. So I don't want a lot of that showing. Because it's a little bit goes a long way when you got these busy papers, but you do need them on your layout. So you don't want to cut out and do all blah paper. That's no fun. But just start playing with the papers, putting them together. Go back to a PR and they will help you pick out, sometimes you may not know if you need 3 papers or if you need 2 papers. Then this, I may have to change my plan. We may change this. Let's see. No. This stays over here. We're going to change it. You know what? We didn't go to that lake. We went to this lake. So it's all good. They will see that that's still a lake. It's totally fine. I'm going to have my little photo here, my little photo here, and this one in the middle. It's going to be great. Then I can cover up an embellishment down here where I see, I didn't even show you. See, show you. Accidentally pulled that off. Doesn't look bad, but I can embellish over that. No big deal. And then we have this over here. And then I've got these beautiful little, we could do Lake Life, UP, all this stuff. I definitely want to use Lake Superior because this is Lake Superior. I've got a boat in there, so I'm going to just embellish and put it all together. And then I've got my layout. And this was all inspired from the summertime PR from 2021. So I think it's going to be great. Let me know what your thoughts are. If this is a challenge for me to try and bring you more layouts and everything this year. So if you like this, let me know and I will start providing more of this, more sketches and PRs from the archives. So I hope you have a wonderful scrapping day and happy scrapping.